So let's talk about the scapegoat and the golden child in a narcissistic family system. And of course, if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. Actually, I have narcissistic personality disorder. A lot of people ask me to explain the difference between a scapegoat and a golden child. So what I'm going to do today is use a Disney movie to show you. This movie right here, Encanto, one of the best Disney movies of late. Don't argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. This movie right here exemplifies a great example of a scapegoat and a golden child. Reference, golden child is the child that is placed above the rest. This child can do no wrong and is shaped in the image of the narcissistic, toxic person or the bully. The scapegoat, there's nothing the scapegoat can do right. Even their talents and achievements are cast aside as failures. I'm not saying that the abuela was a narcissist, but if you see the movie, she did go through some trauma. She lost her husband and had to raise triplets by herself, right? The original scapegoat of the movie was Bruno, but Bruno disappeared. We didn't get to know Bruno to the end of the movie, right? But because the narcissistic, toxic person or whatever, traumatized person, uses the scapegoat as a way to emotionally regulate themselves, when Bruno disappeared, that negative energy had to go somewhere else, right? Guess who took Bruno's place as the scapegoat? The grandchild, Mirabelle. Y'all know Mirabelle, if you haven't seen it, she didn't get any powers. Everybody blamed her, like, you ruining the family, the house is falling apart. Everybody was blaming Mirabelle because Bruno got so scapegoated. They didn't talk about it. We don't talk about Bruno. Don't mention that man's name around here. The golden child was the perfect Isabella, right? Isabella could do no wrong. She's in there perfect and floating and creating flowers and magic and stuff like that. Because she got treated so good, that caused friction between Mirabelle and Isabel. They really didn't like each other based on how they were getting treated. No matter how hard Mirabelle tried, she could not get the praise of her grandma. She tried her hardest. She was trying to clean up, trying to cook, trying to go buy stuff, going around the city singing songs and doing everything, but it was never good enough. Abuela said, you know what? Some people might need to sit this one out. And then when the house was falling apart, Mirabelle tried to tell her, she's like, you just jealous, ain't you? Somebody been drinking a little bit. The drinks are strong, right? But Isabella was going through it as well. Like the golden child, it seems like they're getting all the praise, but they are also victims of the abuse as well because you have to be perfect. Isabella had to be perfect, right? And she said it. She was going to marry somebody just to keep their family together, to make the grandma happy. She wasn't even in love with the person she was going to marry. So I'm doing it for the family. They finally got a chance to sit down and talk. Mirabelle realized that Isabella was also a victim of the grandma's behavior and trauma that she had experienced. Again, I'm not saying the grandma is a narcissist, but the family system is kind of narcissistic, right? When the scapegoat and the golden child finally talked and understood, like, damn, we both victims here. Dang, I thought your life was perfect because you got all the love and appreciation. But then Isabella was like, look, my life ain't perfect. My life ain't perfect. I gotta be perfect. If I'm afraid to mess up, you get to mess up all the time because nobody, like I said, you kind of go under the radar. I gotta be perfect. I'm in grandma's crosshairs all the time. But in real life, sometimes the golden child also becomes narcissistic and also participates in the abuse cycle and becomes a flying monkey as well and perpetuates the cycle of abuse towards the scapegoat. They start treating them bad as well. Like, you're pathetic, you're bad, get out of here. And you get, like, they jump on, everybody gangs up on you and whatnot. At the bottom right here, I never talked about this right here, but the peacekeepers, I found this on Quora. Similar to the enabler, but lacking authority. One child would try to keep the toxic family together. That was the other sister. Louisa, the strong one, the strong muscular one right there, flexing. You know what I mean? She had to keep the family together. She had a whole song about her inside, like, I'm strong on the exterior, trying to hold the family together, trying to keep it all together. But inside, I'm afraid, look, I'm tired. I need to take a break. A whole song called Under the Surface. Just, hey, what if Hercules didn't want to fight Cerberus under the surface? The whole song talk about, I'm putting on this tough exterior just to keep the family together, just to keep everything together, because I don't want it falling apart because of me. So even though she wasn't a golden child or the scapegoat, she was still part of the narcissistic family system, getting abused because she knew she had an image to maintain. She had a job to do, and she felt like she couldn't fail. Because remember in the movie, when she started losing her powers, she felt like she was worthless. Like, I'm worthless. She ran off. She was sick. She couldn't lift anything up. If y'all haven't seen this movie, I know I take a little deeper look at Disney movies on my YouTube channel, but this is how it goes, though, y'all. There's a lesson to be learned in all these movies. Like, I'm not saying that the abuela was a narcissist, because she was a good woman until she got her husband got his life taken in front of her. Well, she had 3 kids. She had triplets to raise. She had to become a strong, independent woman, so she shut down. And you see, because she was so shut down emotionally, she kind of took it out on her family. But at the end, she got a little toxic, she got a little shock to the system where everybody's like, I'm out of here. I'm telling you, she explained to Mirabelle, said, hey, Mirabelle, this is why I'm traumatized. Look, this is the memory right here. I saw Grandpa. Grandpa got his life extinguished in front of me, so this is why I'm the way I am. And they hugged it out, and Bruno came back, and good movie.